You ever walk into a room and just know before a single word's spoken how the story's already been written for you? That's what happened to Tara Dawson the morning he stepped through those courthouse doors. Black Navy SEAL, accused of assaulting a white police officer. No weapon, no footage, just a report and the word of a man in uniform and a system ready to believe the worst. 3 steps in, he could feel the temperature shift, like the walls themselves were bracing for a verdict before the trial even started. You know what I mean? He didn't look guilty, not even heroic, just tired. A plain gray suit, shoes that had seen their share of miles, no medals, no lawyer shield at his side. Just a black man walking into a room full of faces that already thought they knew how this would end. At the front, Judge Whitmore. Silver hair, cold eyes, scribbling in his notepad like he'd already written the ending. And on the prosecution's side, Officer Dwyer, face pinched into a permanent smirk, like he owned the place, shoulders squared in a uniform so crisp it might have been starched in bitterness. The charge was simple: assaulting a police officer inside a precinct. No bruises worth noting. No weapon found. Body cam footage conveniently corrupted. Security tapes gone. All that remained was Dwyer's account versus Tarek's silence. The whole place reeked of tension. You could practically taste it. The bailiff's eyes glued to Tarek, a woman in the gallery clutching her purse, as if it might save her soul. Even the court-appointed lawyer next to Tarek, barely older than a college kid, whispered, "Stay calm, Mr. Dawson. Don't speak unless asked." The judge banged his gavel, voice as sharp as an ice pick. "We are here to address the matter of State of Georgia versus Tarek A. Dawson. Assault and obstruction during lawful detainment." Whitmore didn't even look at Tarek, just stated it, like reading a grocery list. "A decorated Navy SEAL, I hear. One would expect better judgment," he added with a sideways glance, like he was saying something clever. Officer Dwyer stood and read his statement, voice loud, every syllable practiced. The defendant entered the station agitated, confrontational, refused to remove his jacket. When I approached, he shoved me back. Heads nodded in the gallery, not because they believed him, but because they wanted to. It fit the script. Tarek spoke up, voice steady, just above a whisper. "I never touched him." The air shifted. Not because people cared, but because the truth wasn't what they wanted to hear. The attorney tried to request a delay for the body cam footage. Judge shot it down before he even finished. "This court doesn't wait on fairy tales, counselor." Dwyer didn't smile, but you could feel him gloating. The system was rolling on, same as always. Tarek sat, hands laced together, face blank. He learned a long time ago sometimes, silence is survival. Now, this is where things started to twist. Because, let's be honest, the war Tarek thought he'd left behind overseas, well, it had just changed battlefields. In this court, the color of your skin weighed more than the facts. Dwyer kept describing Tarek as unstable, aggressive, squared up like he wanted to fight. The jury took it in like gospel, not asking a single question about why a highly decorated SEAL would just snap for no reason. When the lawyer tried again, "Your Honor, proceeding without body cam risks a miscarriage of justice," the judge waved him off, saying, "The officer's account stands unless proven otherwise." So far, nothing proves otherwise. The people on the benches settled into a conclusion before the story was even done. Tarek, still calm, still silent, stared straight ahead. Suddenly, Dwyer asked the judge to have Tarek restrained for emotional instability. Whitmore didn't hesitate. Granted. The bailiff paused just half a second, maybe instinct, maybe guilt, then clicked the cuffs on. That silence? You could cut it with a knife. Right then, a woman in the gallery, blue blouse, stood up and said, voice trembling with anger, "You all see what's happening. You gonna act like this is normal?" Whitmore pounded his gavel, but the room had already changed. The energy shifted like a pressure valve letting off steam. Tar turned slightly to her, gave a little nod, not for thanks, just understanding. Then he looked at Whitmore and said, clear as day, "You're not restraining me. You're comforting yourselves." That hit harder than any speech could have. Even Dwyer blinked. The judge said nothing. The woman was quietly escorted out, but her words stuck like smoke in the air. A few minutes later, Tarek's lawyer finally stood and told the court who his client really was. 14 years as a Navy SEAL, Team 6, missions that never made the news. Acts of valor, restraint, leadership under fire. The judge didn't care. This isn't a battlefield, counselor. It's a courtroom. He said it like wiping dust off a shelf. But something cracked in the room. In the gallery, an older black veteran, worn hat in his lap, eyes glistening, nodded at Tarek. No words, just the weight of a shared past. Out there, a hero. In here, a threat. It's crazy how fast the country can forget your sacrifice when your skin doesn't match their picture of a hero, right? Then, like out of a movie, the twist. A woman stepped forward, holding a small black drive. My name is Dr. Nia Ellis. I have evidence this court hasn't seen security footage recovered off-site. Whitmore was furious, tried to dismiss her, but Tarek's lawyer cited the rules, forcing the judge's hand. The footage played. You could hear hearts pounding. There was Tarek, calm the chair, Dwyer pacing, then suddenly in his face shouting, "You people don't know your place anymore," before shoving him so hard he hit the floor. No resistance, no fight from Tarek. It was Dwyer who brought violence, not the other way around. Someone in the gallery gasped. The judge snapped, "Turn it off." But the video kept playing, and the truth filled every corner of that courtroom. The shift was immediate. Whitmore's authority shrank. He tried to regain control, but even the walls seemed to lean away. That's when another twist landed a sealed envelope from the Department of Defense, delivered by a young Navy man, confirming Tarek's active, protected status and direct authorization. Whitmore paled. For the first time all day, he hesitated, then dismissed all charges, effective immediately. No cheers, no applause, just a stunned silence as the weight of what had been revealed pressed on everyone. Tarek stood up calm, steady, not a hint of gloating. Just a quiet dignity, the kind you can't fake. People started standing, one by one, old, young, black, white, no instruction needed. The room understood. As Tarek walked out, a young black boy whispered to his father, "I want to be like him." The man squeezed his son's shoulder, no words needed. Tarek left behind a room no longer content to sit in silence, the kind of silence that lets injustice settle in the cracks. Today, that silence had been shattered not by rage, but by truth, by one man refusing to play the part they'd written for him. He stopped at the door, turned, and faced the room. "I didn't come here for your sympathy. I came because the truth deserves a place to stand." For a second, even Whitmore couldn't meet his gaze. That's the thing about dignity, it doesn't shout, it rises. And it doesn't fade when the doors close. It lingers in the air, in the hearts of those who witnessed it. So let me ask you, where do you stand? Was justice done, or just delayed? Drop your thoughts below. Do you think the truth finally found its place in that room? Or is there still a long way to go? Share this story if you believe in the power of standing your ground. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more real stories that challenge what you think you know.